Hi guys and welcome back. This is a bit of an update video of what's to come. I'm currently working on a car review of Hyundai Tucson N-Line. So what do you think of it? The car?
This?
Yeah.
Like an adapted car. Probably give it a little clean before you.
A bit weird, isn't it?
It is weird. And you twist it like that so you don't feel it's definite.
And I'm also going to do another video featuring my friend's new purchase, which is a 30-year-old Beetle that's been it's got trick suspension and it looks quite cool, and I'll talk about it a little bit in this video. But the main thing I ask in this video is on what sort of sparked it off was my friend buying this Beetle, is if you had a budget of £5,000, because that's what it cost him right now, what car would you buy? Would you buy something that's going to be a future classic, or try and get a classic within your budget, as my friend's done with the 1995 Volkswagen Beetle? I mean, it's hard to buy a cheap car these days. The prices of used cars are creeping up, let alone classic cars. Um, you could argue the auctions are having a hard time selling classic cars. That's another story. But for 5,000, it's still it isn't nothing, and you could get yourself a reasonable MX-5 that's not full of rust. But MX-5s, although really fun car to drive and to be out with the top down, have been done to death. So let's start with number one, my friend's Beetle, which I'll do a proper review on this. We'll go out for a spin it and I'll do a walk around with it. I've only got pictures of it to show you because he's only just bought it. But it is a simple car to work on. You can do a lot to them. As if you've seen my latest Cars and Coffee, some of the Beetles there, they've really gone to town on them.
These are the ones that have brakes on the rear brakes, like in. Yeah. Rear brakes are on. Yeah. These are smart. Should be done. That's character. That's great.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
But you know, they are cheap to insure. He's got it on classic car insurance, and it's working out something like £18 a month, so sort of £250 for fully comp insurance with his wife on it. The tax is a little bit steep because it's the very last of the old shape air-cooled Beetles. So it's sort of late 90s before they went to the new style, which is the red one you can see in one of my videos. I'll put it up here. And it's got a really loyal fan base. Starting to go along here. Starting to rust. To get some paint on this because it'll rust out. Starting to rust there. It's got lacquer peel all over it. And there's plenty of meetings for them for you to go to. So that's my number one. Number two is an early Land Rover Discovery. Now I hear you shouting at me saying, "Way, that's rubbish. They're really unreliable and they're rust buckets." But if you're a welder or you know a welder, then it could be a cool little project for you, because the Discovery 1, maybe the early 2, you see less and less of them on the roads now, mostly because they've rusted and fallen apart and been abused. But they are very capable off-road vehicles, and I think in time, maybe the prices will go up. Not like a Range Rover, but yeah, Land Rover Discovery 1, maybe Series 2. So number 3, the Ford Puma or the Focus ST 170. Now these are still pretty cheap to buy. So they come in at the five. You can pick them up for around £5,000, and I think particularly the Focus ST, they're worth holding on to, because the prices of those will climb eventually. They have great handling, decent power, and you know, they're not bad looking cars either, really. All right, the Ford Puma was a little bit quirky, but then quirky is interesting. So number 4 is the one that's done to death, and that's the Mazda MX-5. And yes, everyone says it, but there's a reason why they're so popular, is because yes, they do rust, but they are reliable and they are fun to drive. And there is a massive aftermarket support and fan base for them. So with a lot of classic cars, the problem is getting hold of the parts. But if you spend pretty much all your budget on getting a decent one, you're going to be driving around with a smile on your face. So if you want something that's retro cool, a comfy cruiser, loads of room in it, then if you can pick up a good one, the Volvo 240 Estate, or the R version of it, the super cool Turbo R, then yeah, it's a really good car. I've looked at these myself, and I know a lot of YouTubers like them as well. So yeah, the Volvo, that's a really there's a good parts availability for them as well. Now let's go on to the what to avoid like the plague. The BMW E46. Now you're going to be shouting at me. Yes, the 3 Series E46. Avoid rusty versions of it with no history. They're cheap for a reason. They have cooling issues, dodgy rear suspension and subframes, and they'll eat through your budget fast. If it's been to a car meet every weekend, wrapped at least 3 times and covered in stickers, just walk away. Trust me, what's under the wrap is usually pretty poor. Another telltale sign is if it's got more speakers than spark plugs, then just walk away. Some boys racer has had it before. And some sellers are asking big money for cars that just aren't there yet. They may have the age of a classic, but they're not really sought after classics. So I'm thinking of a Rover 25. Yes, you could say it's a modern classic, but don't fall for the hype about them. And it's not always about power as well, or prestige. It doesn't have to have a prestige mark. It's about building something you love and restoring it back to life. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It doesn't matter what I think. Go for what you love, because at the end of the day, you're doing it for yourself. So yeah, that's my choice. And now it's your turn to let me know what you would buy for £5,000 down in the comments. And it could be interesting. It could change my next purchase. So let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.